Good morning, children. Here is Mrs. Sumati, your social studies teacher, with the continuation topic that is chapter 7, Money and Banking, part 4. Already, whatever the three topics completed, I know you liked that topic and it is very important and interesting also. Now, I am continuing the fourth topic. How does the system work? Actually, how this system is working, checks and all. This is a check deposited into a bank account enables one to transfer the money into another. Suppose I have an account, I want to pay some of the amount to Hamsika. Then what happens? Instead of providing the money, I am providing the check with my signature and amount. So here it is became easy and safe also. So in such a way, the money can be transferred to the one person's account to another person. This facility is operated by the banking system and it makes the deposits work like money. Actually, this check deposit also working as a money. So bank deposits, whatever it is there, that is money only. In many towns and cities, what happens? The representatives of all banks meet on each day to settle the whatever the bank's cash transactions are there, means payments and receiving the others. So these transactions every day they meet and they settle that totally among each other. But checks that have been verified are handed over to each other. Whatever the checks are there, they'll check it through which bank and for which bank the deposit is there and which bank they have given to that. Those all basing on that, after verifying, they'll hand over to those checks to each other. One of the banks works as a clearing bank. Here, to check all those checks to clear it, one bank is there. That is the main bank, that is called the clearing bank, where all the banks have an account. Previously, from each city and each town they had, I mean, so suppose state wise or the district wise or that like that one capital or one bank used to be. Now in our Vishakhapatnam we have one clearing bank also. So one of the banks work as a clearing bank where all the banks have an account. There they'll clear it. But the payments and receipts between banks are done by this clearing bank. Here through this only it completes, means who are going to pay and who are getting that receiving the amount, whatever it is the transactions totally will be done by the clearing bank. Means that day's work, that day itself it will be cleared in that bank. But present system what happens? All the banks and most of their branches are linked by computers. Through the computers, total work is completing. At present, actually, main all the banks have one grid in the Chennai, mostly in South India. So there, suppose we have the check of that State Bank of India. So I have given the that check to Hamsika for she has the account of ICICI Bank. Then this check goes through the computers to Chennai and from the Chennai after clearing that they'll send it to the ICICI Bank because that check actually should be cleared to there, no, that's why. Like that system is working. All deposit holders accounts and their signatures can be accessed by the branches anywhere. Whatever whoever the deposit holders are there, no, their check signatures also they'll take it. As per that only they'll check it and even after checking through the computers, any branch they can whomever they want to send, of course that particular branch they'll send it. Hence representatives no need to meet because when the computer's improvement is there, not actually nowadays it's no need to meet every day and through the computers only they are sending the checks again from the Chennai also they are getting to that bank whatever it is they want to send. So transactions between one bank and another is done through interlinked computers. This makes the whole system work fast and in an easy manner. Actually it's became as a faster and easy also. Internet banking. Nowadays computers and internet so we are using everywhere. But most banks human and manual teller counters before it's used to be whatever the transactions are there, the person used to say that manually. But now it's replaced with automated teller machine. That is only called ATM. Okay, whenever we want the amount, we can collect it from there, and we want to deposit also, withdraw also, we can go to the ATM center and there you can do. But before, always a big queue in the banks only. There some persons used to be, they will inform each and everything, but it's became easy when ATMs were introduced. Banking activities being done with computers, with internet and other electronic means of communication. So whatever they are using internet, electronic means or computers, this is called that electronic banking or internet banking. Most of the banks are providing debit cards, credit cards, net banking, phone banking, these are all. Actually, you should know that, Nana, debit card means, suppose for shopping we are going, we have to use the debit card, suppose. Then whatever the amount is there in our account, that will be reduced as per the debit card. Suppose credit card, we don't have the amount in our account, but the bank will provide the amount to us when it is necessary. But you must repay it before 45 days. If you won't repay that before 45 days, they may charge some of the amount for that reason. This is called a credit card. Net banking means through the net it is going on. Phone banking, these are all at present we are using. These are all online services only. Internet banking helps transferring funds from one customer to another customer's account. But buying and selling, investment, applying for the repaying loans, payments of electrical bills. Nowadays, no, electricity bill also we are paying. Even house tax also we are paying. Income taxes also we are paying through online. Even, Swiggy, these are also we are paying online transactions only. No need to go to the hotel also. It's become very easy when the internet banking started. With internet banking, a customer is saved from hassles of traveling, paperwork and other kind of stuff. Actually here the customer is totally saving the time. Mostly for him no need to travel till the bank, wherever the bank is there, no need to go for the bank and he can do the transactions through his internet connection. Paperwork also, there to withdraw the money or do you want to deposit the money, you have to mention that amount, signatures and all. Those are all not necessary. Paperwork also reduced here. Even other kinds of work, whatever it is there, here it's saved the time and money also. Of course, even traveling also. In just a few clicks, one can access their account and transfer the funds, pay bills, whatever it is, they can continue that. People with a hectic schedule prefer internet banking. People, those who don't have sufficient time, actually they are totally busy with the works. For them, it is totally easy for prefer the internet banking. Bank accounts for minors. A savings account can be opened by a minor of any age through his or her natural or legally appointed guardian. Suppose you want to open a savings account. Suppose minor means below 18 years. For them, parent or guardian should be there. Under their guidance only, the person has to open the account. But minors about 10 years are there, no? For them, no need to no need of the guardian or the parent. They can open their account independently. But here also some problems are there. Of course, their signatures are same continuation for some years. Then only they may be provided independently. Additional banking facilities like internet banking, ATM, debit card, checkbook, these are all also allowed. But they are not allowed to withdraw more money. At the same time, they have to deposit more and more money. Credits they can do more, but they cannot withdraw more money. Fixed deposit. Already you come to know that types of deposits were there. In that, savings deposit means if we want to open an account, that is a saving deposit. Suppose you want to make it a fixed deposit, that is called actually term deposit. A fixed deposit or a term deposit cannot be withdrawn from the bank for a fixed period of time. For a fixed period of time, you will deposit the cash and suppose maybe 1 year or 2 years or 5 years, 7 years or 10 years like that. Before that time, it cannot be withdrawn. And fixed period and more period, no, that's why the rate of interest is more for the fixed deposit. Along with that, you have another deposit also, that is called recurring deposit. Recurring deposit means RD will say that. That is, you can make it a deposit for every month particular amount you have to deposit in the bank. Suppose 1,000 or 2,000, whatever it is fixed amount. Monthly 2,000 means 2,000 only you can save. That is also term is there. Maybe 1 year or 2 years or 5 years or 7 years, whatever it is. As per that you can save your money. After completing the term, you can withdraw that money. For that also interest is there. But comparison to fixed deposit, recurring deposit, somewhat less interest will be paid. Loans. Here a bank also as a business enterprise. Means bank also doing the business. Actually, what is the business? It is paying the interest to its depositors. Means we are the depositors. We are saving our money in the bank. For that we are getting the interest. That interest will be less. But whatever the amount we are depositing, that amount is provided to the businessman or the big enterprises or who are there. For them, the bank provides the loans. From that loan, actually it gets the more interest. It collects the more interest. So with that interest only, the bank has to pay the interest to the depositors, pay the salary to the employees of the bank, and it has to buy and maintain the equipments of the bank, and it has to pay the rent for the building, and it bear all the cost to run the bank. And along with that, it also make the profit also. Without profit, no business. Here all these works they have to do, along with that they have to get the profit also. So depositors are the main customers, actually main way. Actually we are depositing, we are saving the money, that is only for the main. That amount only they can provide the loans and all those works. If we can't deposit, they cannot do this business. As long as the depositors have the faith on that bank, so till that time the bank also will pay them the money as per the people want. Suppose today I want the money, I can go and withdraw that. Tomorrow another person or next day another person, like that they can go and they can get the withdraw the money. But people should not rush at a time to get the cash. For them also it is a problem. At a time if all the people will go and demand the cash to withdraw, so such a time they cannot do. Many people will withdraw money at the beginning of the month only. Because actually suppose you see that salaried people are there, maximum of them they'll withdraw their money starting of the month only, 1st to 10th. As per those dates they'll actually withdraw the money. But such time more and more persons will be there to withdraw that. If the depositors are the farmers, suppose it is a village, those are the all the depositors are the farmers, then it is a totally problem for that bank. At a time they have to provide for the farmers, because farmers they'll get some seasons only they need the money. Certain seasons are there, maybe rainy season or cropping season or harvesting time, whatever it is, as per that at a time the farmers will go and demand their cash. So starting actually the bank employees don't know, but afterwards they realize that, and as per the requirement they are providing small proportion of amount as a cash to pay for the farmers. They'll keep it with them. As per that promise, they'll pay that. Suppose the amount is more, then we have to intimate the bank before itself. We want so and so amount of money, so we need for so and so date. Then automatically for that date, they'll keep that amount. We can go and get that or withdraw the money. The trust is kept if people can withdraw their money as cash or use bank deposits for payments. Till whenever the bank is providing, when we are withdrawing the money, and whatever the deposits are, whatever we are paying, when we are using, till the transactions are properly going on, when it will goes, if the trust is there, that means faith of the people it gets, then automatically it can continue the running of the bank. On the other side, banks give loans to the people. Banks are giving loans, already we studied that. So people will pay back these loans with interest. Even they'll provide interest also. Banks also give loans to the government and earn some interest. Whenever for government also it is necessary, the banks are providing loans and the government is paying interest to the banks. So the interest earned on loans given by the bank is the main source of the income. That is main source of revenue for the bank. So whatever the interest on the loans they are getting, that means banks are getting, that is the main source of income for them. Types of loans. Banks give loans and advances to different sections of the public like traders, industrialists, students for education loan, for farmers and for artisans, whoever wants for them as per the requirements the banks will provide the loans. And suppose here you see that Yogeshwar is a small farmer who grows paddy on his 4 acres of land. You can feel that Yogeshwar is a farmer, he has the 4 acres of land, he has growing the paddy, so he needs the money to purchase the seeds and even to purchase the fertilizers, and because at the time of sowing he needs that. So he took a loan of 10,000 rupees. So to get that money, what he has done? Simply the bank will not give the money as a farmer. He mortgaged, means security, means his grains only he kept as a security in the bank, that is called as a mortgage. Suppose those who have the property, they can put a security, that is the documents can put as a security. Like that they use the money or take the loan from the bank after selling the harvest. After selling the grains, then he will return the loan to the bank along with the interest within 1 year. Suppose within that 1 year he paid that money, again next year also he can use that loan. He can take the loan and can utilize it, again mortgage, and those all total process will be continued. If he can't pay within that 1 year, again the bank will lose the faith on that farmer. Here also the problems are there. Another important example, Ritika wants to buy a flat. There one farmer completed. Here Ritika wants to buy a 3 bedroom flat. So she takes housing loan from a bank. That is 8 lakh rupees. Nowadays 8 lakh rupees 3 bedroom we cannot get. It is actually 60 to 70 lakhs. But what she has done? She mortgaging her flat only. Whatever the flat she is purchasing, that flat only she kept as a mortgage. So a certain amount is deducted from her salary. Every month some amount is deducted for the payment of that loan. Every month she will recover the ownership papers of her flat after fully paying of her bank loan. When she completes that total loan, it may take 15 to 20 years as per the term whatever we require. Means that we required that 15 years only she kept that. As per that the bank collected from her salary some of the amount deducted. After completing that total loan, she gets her papers. Navya, another example, is a member of the self-help group, SHG, means they themselves has to work. Of course, nowadays you know that Dwakra groups are there now, that comes under self-help group. She has taken a loan for her house repair from the bank. Actually, she wants to repair her house, she took the loan. But she does not has to keep any assets as security. For her, no need to keep as a security. What is the reason? Actually, one person, only Navya did not take the loan. Because here the group of members, you know that Dwakra means from 10 to 15 members is a group. So, total group of members took the loan. They are all actually main to pay that. If one person is unable to pay, it is a problem to the total group. That's why other members of the group also make them the Navya to pay that loan. So the group will ensure that loans are paid back by its members. So here for them no need to pay any interest, but here group members are provided. That's why all the group members are responsible. This is another type of loan. Different people can obtain loans for different requirements. Of course, these are 3 examples I have given, but so many are there. So many other needs are there for them. under some rules and conditions of the bank, the bank will provide the loan. Interest rate, security, documents required and the mode of repayment are all part of the conditions for the loan. As per the, depending upon the loan, how much money they have taken, as per that, the interest rate also depends upon, security also. They'll check that, bank also will check the security, and whatever the documents required that they want to take, and whatever the mode of repayment, how the person wants to pay the amount every month or yearly or whatever it is, as per that the conditions and of course T and C, that means you know that no, terms and conditions are applied, as per that the banks will provide the loan to the people. That's all for today, children. The lesson has completed. So here is that assignment, you have to do that, Nana. We'll meet in the next class. Bye bye.